Well, good Wednesday evening, everyone, and greetings from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. It is time for our preview of Record Store Day Black Friday goodies heading your way coming up on Friday. Hopefully, you guys are having a great week. It feels like an abbreviated one here at the store, being closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, but then open Wednesday and now closed on Thanksgiving tomorrow, but back at it bright and early at 8 a.m. on Black Friday morning. Let me get our poster called up here. So just a quick overview. I know a lot of you have heard this before. Don't tune out. Stick around. We're getting to the records here in a little bit. But because there's so many new people coming in, we do have to run through the ground rules very quickly about what Record Store Day is and how things will work here at the store. Now, we do these live previews to help you decide just how much you want to stand in line to get a hold of some of these releases. So this will help gauge whether or not you think it's worth it. We've got more copies of some things, fewer copies of others, and no copies of some things. So if you're going to get in line, please do us a favor. Make sure you dress appropriately. It's Michigan. It's November. It could either be 50 degrees or minus 10. Go figure, one way or the other. But the way things will work again this year, like we've been doing with a lot of the past Record Store Days, if there is a line, I'll say if there is a line, you choose to get in line when you choose. I will show up here at the store at 5 a.m. and pass out numbers. So your place in line will be held for when we open the doors at 8 a.m. So if you get here at 2 or 3, you might be third, fourth, fifth in line, whenever the case. I'll be here at 5 to pass out the numbers. You can go warm up in your car, go get some coffee, use a restroom, do what you got to do, but be back here at 8, because when we open the doors at 8, if you've got a number 1, 2, or 3 and you're not here, we're going to the next. So that's really kind of the way it works. Now, Record Store Day for the uninitiated means that we will not hold, reserve, pre-sell, or price gouge on any of these exclusive or first releases that we're going to talk about here in just a moment or two. That's per the Record Store Day rules and the pledge that we signed saying that we will abide by those rules in exchange for being able to sell all of these goodies. So the backside of this is Record Store Day, both in April and the Black Friday one, are just a lot of fun here at the store. We always look forward to it. The folks that do wait in line, the folks that hang out here, always have a blast with that as well. So it is a good time, hopefully had by all. Let me just do a couple of very quick comments, and then we'll get on with this. And happy Thanksgiving Eve. Yes, and to you, Ann, as well. Rick, hey, greetings to you. Thank you for being here on the West Side. Chuck, good evening to you. Jeff Tosh saying, hey. Wookingham's Wisdom. Hello, young man yourself. Thank you very much. Chandran from the Great White North, but really kind of to the east there, eh? Greetings to you, sir, and thanks for watching us from Canada, eh? And Paul, thank you very much for joining us today. So again, Record Store Day it's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun. And before we get to these, just a couple of other quick house cleaning things to get across to you guys. If you saw the post in the video earlier today, we have got a cool promotion working with Wheels 1045. Stan Parman was here earlier, and we are giving away 12 albums. Now, just to clear things up, it's not 12 people winning one album each. It's one person winning 12 albums that we talked about. So make sure you back up and you check that out, and you'll get a chance to win. We will be taking names here at the store, no purchase necessary, but you do have to stop by the store and drop your name in to the box to be entered in to win those albums on December 15th, I believe is what we said the drawing was. Now, the good news is if you're standing in line and we pass that number out to you on Friday morning, that will also act as your entry slip into this. So I'm toying with the idea of maybe one entry per visit. We'll see what it goes. But if you're definitely waiting in line, that is your entry slip into the 12 albums of Christmas with Wheels 1045. So make sure that you are good to go with that. And then one other quick follow-up for Small Business Saturday, because this is shaping up to be just a phenomenal thing that's happening here. I will post more information on Small Business Saturday as we get close, but there will be a vinyl drop, a vintage vinyl drop on Saturday. And if you're not wearing a hat, I'd really ask that you put one on, and just so you can hold on to it when you see the video, because it's going to be a pretty phenomenal one. We will post the drop video on Friday night after we close for Black Friday. Now, there will be no holds or reserves that night as well for the vintage vinyl. So you just have to decide how badly you want some of these things and get here early on Saturday morning. There will be mystery bags as well on Saturday and if there's any left on Sunday. Now, these mystery bags will have 10 records from our dollar room. Some of the mystery bags will have things that are not from the dollar room, and at least 4 of the mystery bags will have gift certificates from some great small businesses here in Midland. We currently have gift certificates from Live Oak Coffee House, from Phil, from Proper Taco, and Coyer Candles. Don't want to forget those guys. So we've got some cool gift certificates that will be hidden in some of these mystery bags. I'm thinking we're going to throw a Radio Wasteland gift certificate in one of them too, just so we're not left out. How's that feel? Okay, and one other final note on Friday morning, and maybe if there's leftover on Saturday, there will be coffee.
And cookies.
Correct? And cookies. Oh, we will have coffee and cookies for the hardy that are waiting in line, or when you get here at 8 a.m. and come in, we will have coffee and cookies to share with all of you. So Record Store Day, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, so much going on. Now, let's talk about the stuff that you guys are here to listen to me talk about. My lovely assistant, Kim, will be handling everything. She's off to the side and answering questions that I don't get to see. If there is questions or comments, be patient. We'll try to get to them, and otherwise we'll blow through this list. Now, as I go through these records, again, if I say nothing, just assume that we have one copy of each of these, unless I say something to the contrary on that. Again, most of these we're going to have 1 or 2 copies of. Some we have several copies of. That's just the way Record Store Day works. Now, the one big one that I've been getting a lot of questions on is the Dream Widow release for Black Friday. That was kind of a late ad. I missed it. It didn't catch on my radar, and I think that happened with a lot of you as well. But essentially, Dream Widow is the Foo Fighters, and it's some music from the Studio 666 film that the Foo Fighters put out. We will not have any Dream Widow when we open the doors at 8 a.m. Friday, but I am expecting a late shipment sometime on Friday afternoon that will have at least 2 copies in there. Now, the other news on that is that I put in for some more copies of Dream Widow, which would hopefully show up next week. Just stay tuned to our socials, and we will keep you updated if we're able to land some of those. But again, the Dream Widow stuff, the Foo Fighters, will show up sometime on Friday afternoon. Ann says hi, Kim. Say hi there. All righty. Let's get on with it, shall we? I'm about to talk for 30 minutes straight, so.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Don't tease me. I could go for 40.
All right. This all day.
I could do this all day. All righty. Starting off our list. And again, these are the items that we will have available Friday morning at 8 a.m. for Record Store Day, Black Friday. And right out the gate, we are going to start with the 7 inches that and the 10 inch. We've got some copies of Santa Claus and His Old Lady by Cheech and Chong, the true story of Santa Claus on green and red vinyl. Dave's not here, man, but Santa is. Oh, this is open, so we can actually show that off. It's on red and green vinyl, man. I think we've got, what did I say, 5 copies of this? The Cheech and Chong.
Yes,
I'm doing
5.
it. 5 copies of the Cheech and Chong 7 inch to go out while they last. I think we've got 2 copies of the Motley Crue Girls Tour EP. This is a 10 inch EP with 4 songs on it. 45 rare 4-track 45 RPM EP that's been out of print for 35 years now on 10 inch red vinyl. 2 copies of the Motley Crue to get us through there. Okay, onward to the regular albums, and then we'll get to the box sets at the tail end here. We've got the America. There seems to be usually an America. This is live at the Goodbye Summer 71 Festival. This includes a compact disc as well, liner notes. This one we have, where did I see there?
America, we have 4.
4 copies. Oh, I see what you did there. So 4 copies of the America release. We've got that good to go. Okay, the Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga Cheek to Cheek Live. There was a few people that requested this. We ended up with 5 copies of this, actually. Did I say 4 or 5?
You told me 4.
4. Okay, 4 copies of this. Sorry about that. We've had a busy day. So this one coming in a little thick, by the way. This, if you're planning, this one lists for $55 on there too, but it's a double LP with Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. So we've got that. Black Label Society Scullage. I think there's 2 copies of that one to go through. The David Bowie EP, the first time on vinyl album of outtakes and remixes from Bowie's Next Day album. We have, just one copy of this, I believe. Yep. One copy of the Bowie to go around. Now the Bowie that everybody, we put out our post earlier in September, I think it was, asking for wish lists on what folks would like us to try to get a hold of. And again, there's no holds or reserves, but if we have an idea ahead of time of what you guys are looking for, we can order more of them. And by far and way out in the front, this was requested by the most people when we put that out there. This is the David Bowie and Bing Crosby Peace on Earth and Little Drummer Boy, set to a collectible 12-inch on 45 RPM vinyl in honor of the 45th anniversary of this legendary duet. The back side of this is a rare Bing Crosby track called White World of Winter, limited edition on candy cane vinyl. This thing coming in at $18. We have got 10 copies of this to go around, so plenty of that. Not sure if we can get more, but that 10 should last us throughout a good set there.
That's an exclusive.
Oh, that's an exclusive. That's the other thing too, by the way. If you're unfamiliar, thank you. We should have been saying that. Some of these are exclusives, which means that Record Store Day is the only time you're going to find them. Some of them are Record Store Day first, which means that there will be a repress of that eventually, sometime down the line. But the Bowie and Bing, this is a Record Store Day exclusive. The only time you'll find it is on Black Friday until supplies run out. Okay. We'll try to mention that if there's other ones that we think there. Brother Lynch Hung, Season of the Sickness, sorry. The Resurrection. We've got one copy of that to go through. Captain Beefheart. I'm going to put this in the I just don't get it, but I know you guys like them. Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band, the 50th anniversary of this on clear vinyl. Is this a Record Store Day exclusive?
Yes, it is.
This is a Record Store Day exclusive. We have 2 copies of the Captain Beefheart album. That's typically fairly, did I say 2?
I'm assuming just one.
Okay, 1 or 2. I think there's 2. I think there's 2 back there. So my bad. Okay, so Captain Beefheart. Harry Chapin, The Story of a Life, the complete hit single. So this is a compilation of Harry Chapin stuff, limited to 2,000 copies. We have got 4 copies of this to go. And this is a Record Store Day exclusive on Taxi yellow vinyl. So this will be a fun one. There's some good stuff on there. That's if you're familiar with Harry Chapin as a singer-songwriter. One copy of Chief Keef's 4M for Nem. Yeah, it's been a long day, guys. Featuring, I'm not going to say the names of those songs. First time on vinyl, so one copy of Chief Keef. Had some other folks asking for The Cure. This is Wish on picture disc. Is this an exclusive or first?
It's an exclusive.
This is an exclusive. So this may be a tough find. We only have 2 copies of this to go around. And I know a lot of folks were asking about that as well. I forget what the pressing number was, but I don't think it was that many. So we'll see what happens. Okay, favorite of mine. One of these accidentally fell off the stack and broke open. So I had to do a quality control check on it.
I'm sure you did.
Here's the Dead Milkmen's Metaphysical Graffiti.
What do I want for Christmas?
Oops.
This is it.
Oops. Go back on our YouTube channel. There was a little segment I did on the original of this and what was included. But this Record Store Day recreation has a copy of the original Methodist coloring book inside, as well as a 7-inch single, which is very, very cool. So that doesn't make my original coloring book, the promo item, worth as much. Whatever. You guys enjoy this. A little thick. This is $50, and we have 4 copies. Oh, man, is that a snarky album? By the way, Metaphysical Graffiti, of course, making fun of, or paying homage to, if you will, Led Zeppelin, and right on the back, too, with their bozo instead of zoso. Fun stuff from the Dead Milkmen. Always a perennial favorite of mine. The Doors, Paris Blues. Is this an exclusive as well?
Yes.
An exclusive, let's just see. Previously unreleased live recordings from May of 1969, recorded in Paris on blue vinyl. We have got a bunch of these. How many on there?
9.
9 copies of the Doors, Paris Blues. Should be plenty to go around. Duran Duran live at Hammersmith in 1982 at the peak of the Duran Duranness as they were going through. Double LP on this one. And some very cool stuff. Gold vinyl, the 40th anniversary edition, live in 82, $35, 2 copies of Duran Duran to get us around on this. Okay, Billie Eilish. This one is a Happier Than Ever, and you got to see the reflection in this. This is a limited edition. Is this one an exclusive? Do you remember?
I'm checking. Hold on.
We'll see on that here. But this is the Happier Than Ever limited edition for Record Store Day, printed on a rainbow foil stock as well. Includes a limited edition lithograph poster. We have 2 copies of this Billie Eilish album to go out. It lists at about $50 at not at about $50 right down there. And it is a Record Store Day exclusive, so that one will not pop back up on here. Another live one from the Flying Burrito Brothers, live at the Bottom Line in New York City in 1976. Another picture disc from Ace Frehley. This is Origins Volume 2. Includes Space Truckin' and I'm Down. First time on picture disc, exclusive limited edition. We have 1 copy of the Ace Frehley picture disc to go around. You know what I just realized? We are in another Record Store Day, a Black Friday coming up, and there's no Dio picture disc.
Oh,
what's wrong with this picture? I don't know as if we can go without a Dio picture. No, that's okay. I think we've got one left. Hey, speaking of picture discs, here is Ghost and the Imperia album exclusive picture disc for Black Friday. Let's see here. Single LP picture disc. Is this one an exclusive? Ghost is...
No, it's a first.
This is a Record Store Day first, so there will be some reissues of this. We have 5 copies of the Ghost Imperia picture disc. Let me hold that up. It looks pretty darn cool for you Ghost fans out there, and others. I know that there are a lot of you that dig this, but do you own 5 copies of this already with the Imperia? But there we go.
Anne's got 2 ghost emojis on there.
Oh, okay. Heartbreakers. Oh, you put ghost emojis? I can't see that. Very good. Nikki says, no, Dio. It'll be okay. Take a deep breath. It'll be okay. There'll be more Dio next April. So, all right. 1 copy of the Heartbreakers LAMF demos. Some very cool punk sessions from there, demo sessions. 1 copy of that. Hendrix, Burning Desire. I am unfamiliar. The official Jimi Hendrix bootleg. Well, that makes it not a bootleg if it's official, right? Go figure. The 1969 and 1970 studio recordings mixed by Eddie Kramer, pressed on audiophile gray vinyl on QRP translucent orange and red. So this Jimi Hendrix is a double LP with some very cool studio recordings. It is a Record Store Day first. Should show up. We have got 3 copies of this to go around for you Hendrix fans that cannot get enough. Some folks looking for the Jazz Dispensary, Haunted High. I don't remember if I put that on there or not. I may not have.
Oh, it is.
Exclusive.
We have 1.
This is an exclusive. I think there's 2. Maybe. Okay. I'll check, but there's at least one copy of the Jazz Dispensary, Haunted High. This has got stuff from Cannonball Adderley, Woody Herman, McCoy Tyner, Gene Ammons, and Barbara Lewis. Some very cool stuff if you're a fan of the Jazz Dispensary compilations that show up on Record Store Day. Jefferson Airplane. This is the Live at Monterey International Pop Festival, recorded in 1967. This one is on Blue Smoke vinyl, 2 copies, and this is a Record Store Day first. So if those go, you might be able to get a reissue down the line. 1 copy of the Jesus Lizard shot. Is this an exclusive? No, it's a first also. So this is a Record Store Day first. I know I did get a question on this earlier, whether we got it. We have got the 1 copy from Record Store Day, but there could be a reissue. This limited to 2,500 copies. So we'll try to get more of that as well. All right, we're moving on. We're cooking with steam here, folks. All righty. Those are people who died. Very cool stuff from the Jim Carroll Band and the Catholic Boy LP. This one is a single LP. It feels a little heavier, though, coming in at $25. I'm not certain if this contains any extra stuff, but some very cool, I don't want to call it pre-punk, maybe post-punk. It's interesting stuff. It was college radio music back in my day. We have 1 copy of this, and it is a Record Store Day exclusive. I don't think that's going to last very long, to tell you the truth. Janis Joplin, along with Jorma, I say this right, Jorma Kokkonen. Let me get my Finnish accent out there. Jorma Kokkonen and Janis Joplin, some very, that's Janis Joplin. Some very, very early Janis Joplin. The legendary typewriter tape. It was recorded in 1964 at Jorma's house. So it's got some dialogue by the sounds of this, and just some Janis doing some demos along with Jorma. Now, if I'm trying to remember my history, Jorma was at one point part of Jefferson Airplane. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, Pat, you would know this as well if you're out there watching. Pretty sure that was kind of that San Francisco scene in there as well. So some very cool stuff. We have got 3 copies of the Janice and Jorma Kokkonen, and then this is it's a first, so that will be reissued at some point. Okay. Kid and Play. I don't know if you noticed my haircut. It's not working today. I'll work on getting one of these done. But Kid and Play is Too Hype. Classic album available for the first time on vinyl since 1988. Limited edition color vinyl. It is an exclusive, and we only have the 1 copy of it. The Knife, live at Terminal 5. Orchid Purple double vinyl, 1 copy, and this one comes in as an exclusive as well. We'll do what we can on that. So the one jazz one, I thought I put in for more jazz other than a dispensary, but we've got a Thelonious Monk album, the Classic Quartet. Sorry, we're there.
Airplane and Hot Turkey.
Okay, Rick's coming. Okay, Hot Tuna and Airplane for Jorma Kokkonen. Thank you.
Hot turkey. I must be hungry.
Hot turkey on Thanksgiving. Yes, I think it's past our dinner time. The Classic Quartet from Thelonious Monk. The original master tapes remastered. This is a mono edition of this. The only copy we got, we're a little slim on the jazz this time around. And that one is it's a Record Store Day first, so we'll be able to get that again. Willie Nelson, live at Budokan. I wonder if he was carrying over there as legally get. I don't know. Sorry. First time on vinyl, Willie and the Family captured live in Japan in 1984, double LP. Exclusive, and there are 2 copies here in the store for Friday. The Nuge. All right. Ted Nugent, Motor City Madman. He's kind of angry nowadays anyway. Record Store Day, Black Friday exclusive, first time on vinyl for Spirit of the Wild, limited edition of 3,000 copies from the Nuge. And this is the one that has got Fred Bear on there. It's got Fred Bear as well as Spirit of the Wild and an unreleased song called Fan the Flame. So for your fans of Nugent, we've got this on orange vinyl. This is a Record Store Day exclusive. Sorry, so that's not going to go, but we've got plenty of copies, actually. We got 7 of these guys to go around. So for you Nugent fans, we should have plenty to go through on there. Papa Roach, Ego Trip, coming up on Friday. Kill the Noise is a single and No Apologies on Seafoam Wave vinyl. There are 2 copies of that for Friday. A very, very interesting Iggy Pop album. This is called Apres. I'm saying that incorrectly, correct? Après. Limited edition pink vinyl. I did some reading on this, and this is kind of I think a lost Iggy Pop album. I have to go back and remember what the story is behind this one, but recorded in France or released in France, one of the 2, but some very interesting stuff. 10th anniversary, so it's not a very old Iggy Pop album. This one is a Record Store Day exclusive. We have got 3 copies of this to go around. So for you Iggy Pop completists, that might be a cool one to make sure you get. All right, one sip here. How you guys doing out there? You ready for Thanksgiving? We're not. Almost, though. All right. Okay, here's a biggie for us here locally. Question Mark and the Mysterians. Cave Stomp presents Are You For Real? This is a very cool, is this an exclusive? Nope, it's a Record Store Day first, but this one's going to be the best one. It is on Psychedelic Splatter vinyl. Now, this includes their hit, of course, 96 Tears. I'm trying to remember the story on this. This was recorded in 1997 when the Question Mark and the Mysterians headlined the first annual Cave Stomp Garage Rock Festival. Festacular. That's a word on here, so that's a real word. So this has got, I believe, the original lineup. You see Bobby on here as well. So some very, very cool stuff. So this is a good one. We have got plenty of copies of this. I know some folks were looking. 10 copies of this in stock from Question Mark and the Mysterians. And if you know and you can see Bobby playing around, you might be able to get an autograph or 2 on this. If you follow his Facebook page, please do so. Bobby's doing some great stuff with jazz guitar right now as well. Now, if we run out of this, we do have more copies of this coming next week. I managed to get about maybe 4 more. So very cool stuff. And that one priced out at about $25, so it's a real good value as well. Okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Return of the Dream Canteen. This is, I think, the 73rd different color variation of this album that's out there. And I'm glad they gave us a Black Friday one to go with your Carl's Jr. color variant. I'm making fun of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that. Black Friday exclusive cover, poster, and limited edition neon Pink vinyl, new stuff from the Chili Peppers, double LP as well. This one is an exclusive, and we have 2 copies of that to go around. Live Ringo Starr, double LP, and his all-star band, Record Store Day Black Friday exclusive on double yellow vinyl. This one, live at the Greek. I'm sorry, I meant to say that. A theater from 2019. We have got 2 copies of that here in the store for Black Friday.
Did you take a break and read some of your comments?
I'm going to take a break and read some comments. What we got going here? Hey, Mike, it's going well for a Wednesday evening. Thank you, Nikki. enjoy your first Thanksgiving off in many years as well. And Mike, 96 here. Yeah, it's a cool one to learn on keyboards. The always fun question mark and mysteries. You get a chance to see them. I don't think we're going to see them play live anymore, but again, you can catch Bobby Balderrama out there playing his guitar as well. Okay, little breather break, and there's more Ringo the Fourth. This one, one more. Dan saying, yep, happy Thanksgiving to you too, Dan. Thanks. Okay, Ringo the Fourth. There's 2 variations of this. One is on orange vinyl, one is on blue vinyl. We have got 2 of each. Sorry, you have to look at the backside to get the full effect of that. A little punchy. We've got 2 of each, and quite frankly, they didn't put, hey, this one's orange, this one's green or blue or whatever. So we have to figure it out with the UPCs. We'll have that by Friday. I promise we'll have these identified. But there are 2 copies of each color variant available, so a total of 4 Ringo the Fourths to go around for Black Friday. Salvation Army, the debut album from the band that would become the 3 O'Clock. Some very cool, we'll call her college radio alternative. I like using that. Punk-ish stuff, but limited edition includes the original 1982 cover art. This is on orange vinyl. 1 copy of this to go around from the Salvation Army. That is a Record Store Day exclusive. Shadows Fall. This is a Record Store Day first. The Art of the Balance. 1 copy of that for Friday. As is Silverstein, or is it Silverstein? That's Silverstein. You also say, do you also say Frankenstein? No. Arrivals and Departures, 15th anniversary edition. I'm going to take a breath here, guys. There we go. Okay. Wait till you see me Friday afternoon. Okay. 1 copy of Silverstein.
Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah. No. Okay. 1 copy of Slaughterhouse as well, the debut album from the supergroup. Available for the first time on vinyl. This one is a Record Store Day exclusive. 1 copy of that to go around as well. Okay, now this one, let's talk about Smash Mouth for just a second. This is one of those groups that I think people like to dig on, a la Nickelback, maybe. I don't want to get too far in there, but okay, I'm going to call this a guilty pleasure album because I've got several Smash Mouth songs on my iPhone. And I like digging it. I dig. If you get beyond their Walking on the Sun, get beyond that. They've got some very, very cool stuff. So Smash Mouths, I have to be very careful with me being tired to say this correctly. The Fushu Man album. There's a song in here called Beer Goggles. Look it up. I truly, truly dig that song as well. So, but they've got a cover of War on here. So this is a fun one. This one is on neon green vinyl, limited to just 4,500 copies. We have got 5 copies of Smash Mouth to go around. And I promise if you buy this and because you like it, we won't tell anybody either, even though I just admitted that I like it too. So it's fun. Snoop Dogg. This is the first time on vinyl, limited green. And it is, what is the name of this? Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. Snoop Dogg's Kool-Aid. 2 copies of it. It's a Record Store Day first. Oh, the Smash Mouth, by the way, is a, where'd that go? That's a Record Store Day first. So when we sell all 5 copies, you guys can still come get them. Okay, another favorite of mine. Such an underrated band. If you get a chance to check these guys out, Soul Coughing. This is a greatest hits, but it's all right because it's one of those bands where you want to have that compilation of their stuff. So this is the very best of Soul Coughing on a exclusive yellow vinyl. Soul Coughing. Where'd they go? It's a Record Store Day first. Technically, it's called Lust in Phase. double LP of some of their stuff. This is college radio music extraordinaire for me, but stuff we used to play on Radio X up north, like Lazy Bones or Unmarked Helicopters. You remember that song is a real cool one from the X-Files soundtrack. The biggest one being Super Bon Bon. I really dig these guys. One of these may have accidentally opened up too. You never know. We'll have to see. I've got 2 copies of Soul Coughing. Check them out. Quite seriously, I really, really dig that group. Marnie Stern. I don't know too much about Marnie. Abby and Nick know about these guys. I know about her. We've got 1 copy of Marnie Stern's album In Advance of the Broken Arm, a deluxe reissue. So some very cool stuff on here, indie rock size. 1 copy of Marnie Stern to go around. And wrapping up the 12 inches, we've got something from Young Dolph, Rich Slave Deluxe Edition, pressed on blue and orange vinyl. And this one is where'd that go? This is a Record Store Day first. We got 1 copy of that to go around. Okay, on to the box sets. Record Store Day is usually pretty good for a bunch of box sets. We'll get to the comments here in just a second here. So, there's some comments in there. Okay, we'll get there in just a second. Okay, the box sets usually a little pricier. We'll talk about these and what they are. Eric Burdon and War, the complete vinyl collection of Eric Burdon's time with War. It's Eric Burdon Declares War, The Black Man's Burden, and Love Is All Around. So this is a triple LP set with one of them's a double LP. So we've got a ton in there, and that makes 6, right? 2, 3, 4, 4 LPs. This comes in. I can't do math, guys. Sorry. Do you guys know that 4 out of every 2 record store owners can't do math properly? Black Friday exclusive on War?
Yes.
I believe so. Yep. This one clocks in at $80. We've got 1 copy of that to go around. Here's a hefty one. The Jerry Garcia Band Record Store Day exclusive limited edition of 7,500, 5 180-gram LPs inside, live from the Mothership, featuring special guest Bruce Hornsby. Wow, I did not know about that. Recorded in 1991. This one clocks in at $90. We've got 1 box set from the Jerry Garcia Band to go around. Speaking of that, here is a box set from the Grateful Dead. This is live at Wembley Empire Pool in 1972. This is a 5 LP set, 180-gram deluxe. This one is a Record Store Day exclusive as well. We have 2 copies of this. This is a little heftier, coming in at $125, but there are 2 copies of that. Lots of great music on the Grateful Dead box as well. And finally, the box set from Todd Rundgren, Something, Anything. We have that on here. I read about this at one point. But I don't remember. 4 LPs on ruby, grape, cobalt, and light blue vinyl, remastered from the original tapes. It looks to be a 45 RPM and includes the hits Hello, It's Me, I Saw the Light, and Couldn't I Just Tell You. So it looks like an expanded version of Todd Rundgren's Something Anything album.
It's an exclusive. This
is a Record Store Day exclusive. It clocks in at $80 for the box. We have got 1 single copy of that. Whew. There we go, guys. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Let's hit a couple of, comments here. Let's see.
This is where we stop.
Yep. Let's see. We'll go to here. If no one bought the Silverstein Slaughterhouse on Friday morning, Adam, let me know when you get off of work if we can get more of those after the fact. We will attempt to get them for you. Ringo, the best drummer in the world, even the best drummer in the Beatles. That's a nifty quote, Nikki. What did we always say after watching that Beatles documentary that kicked out in there? When it came to the Beatles, never mind. I don't want to go there because Ringo's good. He's a good guy. Let's not make fun of him. Mike says Smash Mouth ruined one of the funniest movies in years, Rat Race. I do remember that. They were in that, weren't they? Holy cow. Sublime and like Soul Coughing. Yes, indeed. They're very cool. Chandra and Kicking In. Yep, the Kantner brought Yorma Kokinen into the original. That's what I thought, if I remember right, as well. So, and Pat saying hi. Oops, I didn't mean to do that, Pat. All right. Any other final questions for us, guys? Because otherwise, we're going to let this roll. Mark David Chapman loved Todd Rundgren. What kind of glasses was he wearing, though, Nikki? Is it the wire rim ones that I used to have a pair of those? All right, guys. I think we are set. I am going to wrap things up and get the store going. Do not forget that we will open the doors for Black Friday at 8 a.m. on Friday morning. I will be here at 5 a.m. For those of you who decide that you're brave enough to sit in line at some point in the overnight hours, just make sure you're dressed appropriately for a Michigan November and everything will be cool there. So, but again, I'll get here at 5 to pass out numbers. At 8 a.m. when we open the doors, we will have coffee and cookies ready to go. Do not forget also Small Business Saturday. There'll be a massive vintage vinyl drop coming there too. And lots of other good stuff happening, especially with the drawing with wheels. Too much to talk about, too much to remember. Just pay attention to our socials and we will go from there. Please, if you have not done so yet, make sure that you have hit that subscribe button. It's like right here on the page. And make sure you like and make sure you comment after the fact as well. We will do another live update on Saturday morning before we open the doors on Small Business Saturday. But other than that, we'll just kind of see you guys on Friday morning at 8 a.m. Anything else that I need to add?
I don't think so. I think you did very good today.
We did. What did I clock in at?
35
minutes. That may be a record. I could talk for another 10. Look at the view count go down all of a sudden.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Have a great Thanksgiving for all of us here at the Wasteland. If we have to say thank you for anything, what we're thankful for, we are thankful for each and every one of you that watch our videos, that stop into the store, and you just make what we do a lot of fun because we just have a blast being here for you. So I don't want to get all mushy about that, but thank you for everything that you guys do, and we'll be here for you throughout. So happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys on the other side on Black Friday, 8 a.m. here at Radio Wasteland. Thanks.